To the women who randomly stop texting a guy after you used to talk to him all day, every day, why'd you stop? He started getting way too controlling. Started telling me I couldn't speak to my guy friends for some reason, and every time I was busy and didn't text back right away, he'd text me. Wow, are you ignoring me now? You don't like talking to me, huh? Just be honest. We weren't even a couple. I had a crush on a guy in high school. We'd stay up super late chatting on FB Messenger, texting, etc. Even hung out a few times, got coffee, saw a movie, had all kind of in-depth conversations about our lives, families, dreams, interests. I really dug this dude and I thought he might like me too, but I was okay with it if he didn't. Here's the issue. Despite all of that, he would never acknowledge my existence at school. Made me feel like total shit. I would walk by and say hi and he'd ignore me in front of his somewhat cool friends and then pretend later on that it never happened like that. Got to be too sad for me to be treated like that, so I stopped talking to him altogether. I don't like the pity party thing. I know everyone needs some type of comfort and such, but every conversation was just so negative. I'm so ugly. No, you aren't yet. I am. Stop lying. I'm serious. I shouldn't believe you, but okay. Okay, fuck it then. Another guy wasn't necessarily creepy, but it was so cringy. I would tell him that I wasn't too busy to talk, cause I'm so cute, right? And you like me so much. Yeah, sure. Or I'm not too busy. The first is a collection of people, but that happens all the time. The second guy was 19 and I was 17. He seemed cool, and we set up a date. But that date turned into playing video games at his house with no flirting or really any chemistry, or attempts to make any. So I assumed, he was interested in being friends. That's cool. So I moved on and started talking to this other guy. Guy I went out with starts getting upset. I thought we had something. You're just replacing me. It was a date, and honestly it seemed like you weren't interested. Flipping shit isn't doing you any favors. So I started hazing out. Last time I saw him, he wrote me a song and said I would be blessed to be given passage to your regal womanhood. Yeah, okay. Nope. See you later. Have fun consistently bragging about how you met Doug Walker. I got shit to do not involving you. He started being creepy, and even though I made it clear I wasn't interested, he kept calling me pretty and flirting with me. I get that the pretty thing is just a compliment, but it was so often I felt uncomfortable. It's usually either because they are excruciatingly boring, what you up to, NM juice chillin', or are being overly sexual inappropriate. One guy actually asked me if I wanted a dick pic. I said no. He still sent one after, and it was nothing stellar, either. So I don't understand the uncontrollable urge to share. It's not like it was a 12-inch schlong. I felt a sudden change of tone during his text's voice, like he'd send one-word replies than the usual sentences, or his voice sounds uninterested with what I'm saying. If you're not interested, then I won't waste both our time. There's this guy I really like, and at first things were great. We texted constantly for about 5 days, but then he suddenly stopped. I left him alone because I didn't want to come across as annoying or something. He would just talk about himself all the time. But when I wanted to say something about myself, he would just reply with one word or change the subject completely. I even pointed it out to him and he changed for a few days, and then it went back to being the same. After a while I just got fed up with pretending that I care and stopped texting him. He wanted to have a monogamous relationship but wouldn't have sex with me, while mentioning other women with far too much interest. So basically he did some things that made me realize I was more into him than he was into me. In the end, it just hurts like hell to talk to people like that. Hence the one-word answers, emojis, stickers. He would only talk to me when he was at his lowest point. I would pick him up again. We'd talk every day for like a month. And then he'd slowly stop talking to me again once a girl he liked decided to give him the time of day. So a few months ago, I just said fuck it, deleted him off FB and Skype, and we haven't talked since. Doubt he's even noticed, honestly. Another instance was with a guy who has zero conversational skills and calls me babigeral. Because I'm interested in friendship, not in being a fan and following a man who stops showing interest. It's my defense mechanism, protecting myself from rejection and an impending heartbreak. It was a complicated situation all around that I felt bad about. He had a GF. We flirted often but never extremely explicitly. I eventually confronted him about the whole thing and he made it clear that he was into me. Claimed he wanted to break up with his girlfriend, and proved through the way he was talking that he had no respect for her or their relationship. I lost interest after reflecting on that convo for a few days. I didn't know how to bring up the fact that I wasn't interested anymore when we never really had something to begin with. So I just slowly stopped engaging as much and taking longer and longer to reply until I just started ignoring him altogether. It didn't work. He's now trying harder than ever to get me to pay attention to him. I regret not being clear from the moment I lost interest. Even though I know if I had been, he would have been very unpleasant about the whole thing. I'm a bitch, I know. Somewhat in the process of doing this, my feelings for him started to grow, but he isn't interested in anything more than being friends or casual relationships. He's genuinely a cool person to talk to and quite an intelligent guy, but I am having problems separating my feelings from this friendship. I guess I'm afraid of admitting my feelings to him, so I'd rather cut things off now without telling. Just rip off that band-aid. It's extremely selfish on my part, but I don't particularly want to hear it from him that he really doesn't want anything more. Edit. I gave it some thought and the whole guilt of leaving someone hanging is eating me up. I'll confront him about this once I've mentally prepped myself. Hopefully by tomorrow. I rarely ever spend all day every day texting the same guy. I might do it a little bit in the very early stages of dating, but I have a pretty busy life and I'd rather just use texting to make plans to hang out in person. That being said, some common reasons include: he sent a dick pic, he freaked out because I didn't respond fast enough. Sorry for having a life. He asked me for nude photos, he texted me at 3 a.m. asking you up. I got to know him a bit and realized we don't have much in common, aren't compatible, the conversation was boring. Hey, what's up? Nothing much, you. Over and over again. I was doing all the work, so I figured he wasn't interested. He complained about being bored and expected me to entertain him. I met someone else who wanted to date me, not just talk about maybe dating me in the future. Life got in the way. There are plenty of people I miss and want to talk to, but I get so caught up in school and my seemingly endless boom and bust cycles of anxiety that it's hard to actually keep up with communication. I also much prefer talking on the phone to texting.